Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, the Idaho 4. This is a very heavily requested video from y'all. And so for those of y'all who've been asking for more true crime here we go. For those of you who've been specifically requesting this exact case, here you go. We're fixing to take a look in it today. I'm going to go ahead and put out there that as I'm trying to find some answers for you, I am going into this very cold, like very cold. This is the extent of what I know. I have literally just looked up the potential suspect's name and wrote it on a sticky note because literally I wouldn't have remembered his name had I not looked it up. So Bryan Kohberger is who we're talking about whether he's innocent, guilty, what's going on around all of this that has happened, why the, conviction in the future, if he's going to trial. I don't even know if he's going to trial. I presume he hasn't already gone to trial or people wouldn't be asking for this. And given that it's called the Idaho 4, I know that 4 people, unfortunately, lost their lives to this, whether he was responsible for that or not. That is literally the extent that I know. 4 people lost their lives. Don't know if they were male or female. I know they were young-ish. Don't even know how young. And I know he is a suspect or whatever. That's how cold I'm going into this. So that being said, I am going to look into this with as much neutrality and respect as I can, trying to be as unbiased as I can. I might end up seeing some things in this that are already common knowledge out there. If so, I have no idea because I haven't researched this. I haven't looked into this. I haven't, been a part of watching this unfold in the news and things like that. So, my hope is that that's going to be a positive thing here rather than a negative thing going into this. So, we're about to get started into this. I am gonna bring up the cards right here because on this channel I'm a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and we take a look at the tea with the tarot. Got a good track record here, so even if I'm going in pretty blind, pretty cold, just gonna try to trust the process, trust the guides, trust what I get out of this. And so I'm going to move this microphone right here. And move it. Penelope's wearing her greens today to match my greens today. So we're trying to coordinate. We're coordinating here as we go to look into this. And as always, well, couldn't do a bridge on that. As always, as I'm shuffling up here, this is all alleged, just my interpretation, okay? All alleged, just my interpretation, everything that we find out here. Again, alrighty, so let's dig into this for all of you who asked for this one. Alright, so what can we know? What are we allowed to know? What can we find out here about this Idaho 4 situation and this guy, Bryan Kohberger? And I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I'm pronouncing it how it looks like it's spelled. So let's take a look here. Damn, already, for real? For real. Okay. Well, this is a hell of a way to start, especially these two right here. I'm gonna get an extra context card on this one and a context card on this one. Y'all, this one's already making me sweat. We ain't even hardly into this and I'm already sweating. So this is kind of intense. I'm gonna see if I can pull this down just a tad here. And again, trying to be respectful to all parties involved here, trying to be as neutral and unbiased as I can to all parties involved here. Y'all requested true crime. It was the #1 request that I got on my community tab poll. And so here I am going into one of the most requested topics within that genre. So going into this, first thing that I see off the bat, this 7 of Swords card. Y'all know this is a sneaky card. And so whoever this individual is, whoever this guy is, he is a sneaky guy, a very sneaky guy. The thing here, though, with the 6 of Swords in reverse on it, it's like he's sneaky, but he has a hard time getting from point A to point B. And so my assumption on that is, let's pretend for a second that he is the one who is responsible for this crime. Apparently he didn't get from A to B very well, because he didn't get away with it so far, in that he is the one that they're looking at here as a lead suspect. So obviously, you know, he has a hard time kind of making himself look uninvolved or innocent from the start. So for all the sneakiness that I'm seeing here, I'm seeing that he does lack a skill set in finesse some kind of way. With this being said, the very 2 next cards that I get about him is these upturned 9 and 10 of Cups. And these usually are great cards. I mean, they usually are very strong, feel good, happily ever after cards. For them to both be coming up in the reverse position here is pretty powerful, because not only is that speaking to the fact that this is a sad, very opposite of happily ever after situation for the 4 people who are now gone, needlessly gone. This also stands for something with him. And so, again, I know nothing about this guy. Literally, as I looked up what is the Idaho 4 guy's name, I got this name and I saw a picture of his face just kind of sitting there like a deer in the headlights or something. I don't know if it was a mugshot or what. It wasn't a flattering picture. So I don't know anything about this guy beyond that picture of his face and that name. But from what this is showing here, this looks like he has been through some rough stuff. Whether other people would agree he's been through some rough stuff, or whether he was just not a super resilient person from the get-go. And so as he went through things in his life, he just wasn't resilient enough to kind of bounce back from that and continue to stay strong and kind of build and grow and flourish. It seems like with each thing that he went through in life, it kind of took him down a layer and took him down a layer and took him down a layer to where he just he's not in a good way. And again, people would say, well, if he did this, of course he's not in a good way. Who in their right mind would do something like this? I don't know that he did this yet. I don't know. I'm looking here, you know. I don't know anything about this. Finding out right now here with y'all. But they're showing, like, for real, he's not in a good way. Like, there's something really off there. When I get the 3 of Swords, which, hello, heartbreak card, disappointment, emotional challenges, just like, just get me right here kind of a thing. And I see this Queen of Wands on this. He gives me the vibe. I gotta be really careful here, because I'm trying my best with how I'm saying things. I'm recording this in a live format, you know, y'all, and it's hard to pick and choose words wisely here. But this is kind of like when you watch those old movies, where, let's say that there was this guy that, wasn't super confident and maybe was not in a great way, not a very resilient dude, been through some stuff that he doesn't really know how to process or integrate well in his life. And then there's some girl that he likes or is attracted to or has some kind of a thing with, and she does or says something that he feels as rejection, or that makes him feel invisible, or that makes him feel bad about himself, whether she actually did anything that was like that or not. It could have been him interpreting it that way, even if she didn't do that. I don't know if there's a woman that did something to him, or if he just perceived that she did. But whatever happened, he perceived her to be on some sort of a pedestal. This Queen of Wands is like a woman with some sort of presence and power and charisma about herself. And he would have looked up to that, and he interpreted some sort of slight of either rejection or just being invisible to this person, and that really, really hurt him, and that weakened him even further and made him even less resilient. And so this is really starting to it's really starting to kind of feel uncomfortable to me, because I don't want to use, stigmatizing language and saying it feels like kind of icky or creepy, because, I don't know if this person deserves to be spoken to like that, but the feeling that I'm feeling in my body right now is a little icky, creepy, and it kind of feels like on those movies where someone gets like a little weird and starts to see things differently or not clearly as a result of these experiences that they perceive that they went through. Again, this is about what he perceives that he's gone through. I'm not 100% sure on how much of this third person observers would say, yeah, that's what it looks like he went through to me, or if it's like, no, that's just what he thinks he went through. I'm not sure. But there's something here that feels kind of like that. So I'm just going to pull some more cards and kind of see where we're going on this and go from there. So, okay. All right. One at a time. Lover's card upright. Since I don't know, did he have a relationship with anybody that was either any of the four people that were killed, or if he had a relationship with anybody that was like surrounds them, friends or relatives of them, or something like that? Because I'm seeing the Lover's card here as if he, had some sort of a bond with somebody, some type of way. So again, that kind of speaks to what I was seeing a second ago, that there looks like that there was some kind of a bond, and something felt broken from that to him, or something along those lines. There's something there. The Knight of Wands card sometimes comes up as a fuckboy type of card. So, in this case, somebody that was thinking of somebody in a sexual way, viewing them in a desirable or attraction type of way. Again, I'm being very careful with how I say these things. Hopefully this video can end up staying on the channel, or else I might have to put it like on the Perk Squad or somewhere else if it doesn't make that. But I do feel him feeling that kind of way for somebody here, what they're showing me. Now, the Chariot card, that is like moving forward on that. And the Fool card is like, yeah, let me cast caution to the wind. Let me move forward on that. Let me have that as my focus. Let me look into that. And so there's some kind of drive there, hence the Chariot card. There's some kind of drive there. That also feels like there could be some sort of double entendre with that, some kind of drive. Not sure where that comes in, but either way, so it looks like he's attached some kind of way to at least one person in that group, some sort of a way. Judgment card here in the upright, it's, oh God, this is weird. Oh, bless. Okay. trying to say these things with sensitivity. The Judgment card, it's like he felt like he was called to do this. Like the Judgment card, when Angel Gabriel blows their horn and we answer the call, it's like it's as if he feels like he got a calling to do something and he went with it. So there was something like within him that felt like, I need to do this, or I need to be a part of something. And then the World card is like, okay, well then it's come full circle. You know, we've come full circle with this. So when I am looking at this is not the kind of thing that I would expect to see from someone who did not do this. So, and again, I don't know if there are quote unquote theories out there on true crime channels that think that he is either totally innocent and these are the reasons why, or totally guilty and these are the reasons why. I'm unaware of all of that. If you feel like you want to kind of educate me in the comments on all of that, I'm happy to read it. I always read through the comments, but from what I'm seeing here, this looks like the mindset of someone who is really ill. Someone who truly is sick. And I don't mean sick in that judgmental way where somebody's like, oh, that sick motherfucker, you know, like whatever. I mean it, which, you know, if you feel like that applies, then okay. But I am meaning it like he's sick. He is ill, from what I'm seeing here. And so this is looking like more guilty than innocent from what I'm seeing. Just putting that out there. So gonna dive into more. And in terms of reasonings around why, from what I'm looking at, this is again something about some attachment or connection that he perceives that he has with someone, and you know, because the Lover's card here, it's like, oh, but I have feelings for this person kind of thing. And it, you know, I guess he had feelings for someone and felt some kind of way. There's something around that. So I'm gonna pull more. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shuffle these back in and then pull more so that I have all of these back available in the deck. And as I do this, again, for hoping that this doesn't end up on the Perk Squad, hoping this video can be up on the main channel. I don't know what is going to be allowed and not allowed, you know, to show up, but hoping it can show up here. We'll find out. But speaking of the Perk Squad, if you'd like to be a member of the Perk Squad for just in case any of these types of videos can't be shown to everybody and has to be, you know, kind of hidden, walled away some type of way to be able to be viewed and uploaded, interested, then you might consider being a member of the Perk Squad just in case that happens. There's been several times where we've had to ensure that certain content was on the Perk Squad instead because it wasn't allowed to be monetized here on the main channel. So to be a member of the Perk Squad, if you're interested, blue join button below or the link in the description box, that is there. And lots of different perks to the Perk Squad. You can read all about them if you click on the link. And also one thing that's not on there is that we do weekly forecasts. So every single week you get a heads up about what's coming in the week. And video shout outs like this one. So a shout out to you, Taras77. Shout out to you and thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. Happy to have you there. So shout out to you, Taras77. I've been seeing a lot of 77s lately. It's a great angel number. So love that. Love that. Alrighty, so let's dig in, get a little bit more clarity. And I mean, I am sweating. Like you can see this glow going on. Your girl is not knocked up. She's sweaty. Okay? Sweaty. Because this is like intense here. So, Spirit Guides, what else can we know about this? Anything else that you're willing to shed some light on about this scenario, this case, this, you know, whatever we're going to call it here, unfortunate event? Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Y'all aren't making it easy for me. Seeing these cards are kind of intense here. So I'm gonna get some context. I haven't worn my context shirt in a while. I've got some merch and stuff, and that's one of them, and I haven't worn that in a while. I'm gonna have to dig it out of my closet. So, anywho, all right. Really confused as to why this Four of Cups card is coming up in here, because this is kind of like as if this, what's his name, Bryan Kohberger, was feeling like, you know what, my hands are tied, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place on this. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to handle this? And it's almost like he doesn't feel like there's some other kind of ways to handle this because of this deep emotional issue that he has, like some major emotional disturbances that he has that he's not able to get a handle on around women. He's got a really weird view of women, and I don't know where this comes from. It feels like it came from earlier on in his life, that there could have been a woman or multiple women who did him wrong or said horrible things or treated him poorly or did something that really confused him to his core or something like that. So he's got some weird issue with women. First of all, I don't know if the people who were, you know, killed, I don't know if they were all for women or if they were all for men or, you know, whatever, but there's something here that's going on related to women. So I'm assuming at least somebody out of the four was a woman. So because he's got some sort of hangups on that. And the thing here is the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, and so to see this, it's almost like he got onto some sort of a cycle and it just went from there. Kind of like how when people go through things during their development and it just negatively spirals from there, because it's like, say somebody made them feel not good enough and then somebody else came along and also made them feel not good enough, and then when they went to school they also felt not good enough, and then tried to, you know, make friends and didn't feel not good enough, and like, you know, just one after another, just hit after hit after hit of continuing to get these repeated messages in his perception, like, again, because it has showed that he lacks some resiliency to absorb that, vet it through his internal guidance system, let some of it roll off of his back and just keep going. It's like he really held on to all these things and didn't know how to properly process it. And so it just kind of went into an avalanche. And so it feels like, oh gosh, I don't want to say this, but it feels like he was kind of, I'm just going to say these words, and I know that there's a better way to say this out there. It's just, this is what's coming to my head, but it's like he was screwed from a young age, like the whole, he never had a chance kind of thing in his mind, because he needed a lot of help with what was going on up here. A lot of help processing things, sorting through things. They're even making me feel like he could have been neurodivergent, to where his brain literally did not function in the same way as his peers' brains. And so putting connections together didn't come as seamlessly or as easy for him. It feels a little awkward here. And it's like some people can have that and have some sort of internal or external resources to still not become someone who engages in horrible criminal activity. But for some reason, it seems like he wasn't able to get on that train, that successful train there, and he somehow allowed himself to kind of fall off that wagon. And so it looks very much so like he did do this from what I'm seeing here. When I get the Tower card, ooh, Lord, with the Tower card, that to me is talking about the main event, the act of taking the 4 lives. And seeing that card there is really crushing to see, and what hurts even more is this Hangman card on top of it. This is a slow card. And so this feels like this is something that was like planned, for some time. Like, this isn't just one of those, I'm not seeing like, a crime of passion, like you did what? And then lose control and stuff happen. Like, I'm seeing, let me think about this. Let me fantasize about this. Let me plan this out. Again, the Knight of Pentacles taking a long time to kind of go through things. It's like, this was not impulsive. From what I'm seeing here, this was like, just as his build into becoming a very messed up individual. I hate using language like that, but I'm just, I'm having a hard time finding better words right here live as I'm recording this. Just as turning into who he became was a long drawn out process. It seemed to be a long drawn out process deciding that this is something that he might one day want to do. Like having an interest in this one day. There's a lot emotionally and psychologically off here. He needed a lot more emotional and psychological attention than he received. And it would have had to be extensive work to help him get to the place where he could be a safe and productive member of society, because this is deep. This goes deep, and some weird thing here with women too. Yeah, like I just keep sweating and like, whoo. So it's a lot. let me just get a little bit more. I've been going at this for a half hour and I'm burning up, and let's just get, whatever else last bits that they want to, we're allowed to know that they are able to tell us, and kind of go from there. Let's see. All right. So shuffle. What else can we know? And as I'm pulling some more cards on this, if you would like to book a private reading with me, then my website is BeasTalksAndTarot.com. I'll put it somewhere on the screen so you can get a private tarot reading with me if you'd like. I have other things on my website as well, like learning how to read the tarot cards like I do, or like having some energy healing tune-up, Reiki Energy Healing tune-up to kind of get yourself fresh and at a better place, clean and clear kind of thing, cleansing chakras and all of that, and get some information about where are some places to kind of pay attention to and focus to in that kind of way. And also I offer life coaching for people that feel like, I just feel stuck and I need a little bit of help and just someone to soundboard with and to provide some guidance and help get things on a better track for you. So I do that too. So BeasTalksAndTarot.com. Here, we've got all the cards pulled. I'm just gonna be up front here with what I see. Again, always, all alleged, just my interpretation here. Again, I don't know if he is going to trial, is in trial now, has finished trial. I don't know where this process is. But it's looking here like some kind of a legal process is intended to go, because I'm seeing swords cards, which are oftentimes legal, and the Hierophant card, which is oftentimes a kind of mediating thing. So either some kind of mediation, like, let's see, what would criminal mediation be? Like plea deals or something? Something along those lines. That's a possibility here, or things like trials, also a possibility here. Any kind of a way to legally negotiate something. So I do see that here. It comes up in the reverse position though, with the Four of Swords in reverse. This feels like, how do we put this? This feels like kind of trying to get out of it some sort of a way, but not, how do I put this? I'm not an attorney, so I don't know all the right words, I'm just going with what I'm receiving here. Getting out of something some type of way, as if, like, all the things that we were just talking about everything that he's gone through, all the ways that his brain seems to work, all the things that he's thinking about and doing. There's something that around that might come up in a kind of weird excuse type of way. Now, I don't think anybody is, particularly gonna get away with using any, mental health related stuff as excuses. If this is, if they really do connect the dots with evidence in him and stuff like that, then, I don't necessarily know it will go very far to try to use that as an excuse. But in terms of what I'm seeing here, illusions or attempts towards that topic will be made. Chariot card, moving forward with that. So I see them moving forward with that some type of a way, whether that's to try to make people feel a little bit more sorry for him, or make people feel like, wow, he really kind of just didn't know what he's doing, or he's really kind of not connected fully. his brain is not firing correctly. There's something medically we need to pay attention to before we, I don't know. There's just some kind of something with that flavor showing up here. Putting that down. However, this is a card that we get all the time about evidence, and it's in the upright position. So apparently there's plenty of evidence here. The Knight of Cups is in reverse, so that looks like anybody that would come in to try to save the day, smooth things out for him, people that are like when they call experts onto the stand to be like, see, he really wasn't, stuff isn't working well. So, your expert opinion on, and trying to get experts to speak on his behalf, I don't see that working. So either they don't find people who are willing to do that, or the people who are willing to do that, it doesn't really go anywhere. People aren't buying it. They're not sold on it some kind of a way. And just saying, I did not get the Justice card, so I am not 100% sure about a trial or 100% sure about, a conviction. However, these two cards do allude to it. So again, some sort of mediating, negotiating factor legally trying to come in and settle the score some type of way. And this card visually, look at it. Visually, someone's stuck, and it can have that look like you're behind bars, it can have that look. And so from what I'm seeing here, there is at least quite a heavy possibility that he would go through some sort of mediating, negotiating, legal type of situation, whether it's some sort of plea deal agreement or trial, and that would ultimately end in him serving time. It looks like that is what's most likely to occur here. I don't really see, there's possibilities of that not happening, because again, I'm not getting my Justice card here, which is something that would help me be more sure and feel more like a guarantee that you can take to the bank. So without that, I hesitate to feel like, 100% certain. Oh yeah, definitely. Hesitate to do that. But from what I see here, it looks incredibly likely that he would get put behind bars. And from what I see here, he did do it. And from what I see here, there's some weird issue with women. There's some weird issue with being kind of in his own head, in his own world, being attracted to at least one other person, feeling either ignored or rejected some kind of way, planning this and thinking about this for a long time, feeling like there's no other kind of way. He is sick. He is ill. This man is very, very ill. So this is a heavy one. So what do we do at the end of heavy ones? We always have a B-roll at the end of heavy ones of some kind of silly puppy shenanigans that are happening in my household or something like that, to kind of lift up the end of the video and make things a little bit more cheerful and fun and light. So please do stay tuned for that. Give yourself some smiles, some giggles, something, so that puppies make everything better. Puppies are healing, because this is heavy and this is hard, and I hope that whatever questions people had around this answered. I tried my best. This is a very uncomfortable one. I'm sweating my fucking ass off here. I've got boob sweat. It's nasty. My fault for not wearing a bra, or things like that. Whatever. Either way, I'm rambling because I'm uncomfortable. I'm just rambling and saying stupid shit right now because I'm uncomfortable. So I'm sorry for the rambling and the stupid stuff. Hopefully then you can watch the B-roll and it can make up for all of my stupid rambling here at the end. I will be coming at you again in the near future with another video. We do all kinds of different things on this channel. Most of you probably are already a part of this channel, and so you know we do all kinds of different things. And so gonna check out some other stuff coming up. Again, BeasTalksAndTarot.com if you want to book a private reading, and take a look at any of those other services there. And Penelope and our matching greens. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see us, and I will talk at you later. Bye, y'all. Excuse you. My goodness. First of all, is that a ball down there? And second of all, is that a diaper? Do you have a ball and a diaper? Yes, you did. Excuse you. Are you being rude? Are you rude? Child. Come here. Let me give you some loves. There.